in order for me to properly and honestly tell you the best value whiskeys of 2025, I had to spend my hard-earned cash to buy a bottle and drink it and realize how good it is. If I didn't actually spend my money, if I didn't actually take my time to go to the store and buy it, can I actually say that it's good value? If I just had a sample or somebody gave it to me and I drank it and I saw the price and said, hey, this is a good price for the dollar, but I don't buy it, how good of a value can that be? So out of all the bottles I purchased in 2025, what gave me the most bang for my buck? Well, I'll let you know right now.
Oh yeah.
Welcome to Whispering. My name is David. And before I get to the bottles, please listen to the rules of why I chose these bottles, because it will explain why some bottles are on the list and why some bottles are not. So there's only 3 rules, so I'll try to make it quick. First rule, as I mentioned, not only do I have to have the bottle, I had to have purchased the bottle. It feel like I'll be dishonest to you if I told you that it's a great value, that it's the best bang for your buck, and yet not buy it myself. And so I had to purchase the bottle. Number 2 rule, no store or club picks. They're too regional, too niche. Some people have easy access, some people have hard access, and so there's too much variance, and so it's just easier to not have them in here. And number 3 rule, and most importantly, it had to be a 2025 release. I didn't want to make another list of Knob Grade 12 and Jack Daniel's Barrel Proofs and Wild Turkey Rare Breeds and all the great value whiskeys that's been on many lists for years and years. And so this has to be a 2025 release to make this list, so it's a refreshing and hopefully a little bit newer list. So how did I determine and score the best value whiskeys? Well, it's kind of simple. I took my experience score or my tasting score plus the price plus the allocation. So obviously higher the price, lower the score, lower the price, higher the score. And same thing for allocation. Harder to find would be lower the score and easier to find would be higher the score. So I kind of took that average and made this top 5 list. So hopefully it will be a fun one. All right, with all that finally out of the way, let's get to the list. And number 5, this whiskey has always been one of the best values in bourbon, and yet it was upgraded in 2025 with the price staying about the same, which is the best part. And it was released in the beginning of the year, so a lot of people forgot about it. And now you can try a lot of their recipes at a fraction of the price. It's gonna be 4 Roses single barrel recipe series that comes at 100 proof and comes in 3 recipes: OESK, OESO, and OBSF. And these come in a great value of $44 to $50, and it's available almost anywhere. And so it didn't really increase the price from the regular single barrel, which is the OBSV recipe. And now you could try, I guess, 4 recipes at a very reasonable price. Because if you think about it, the single barrel strength, those are aged a little more and they're barrel strength, but they're $90 to $110. These, which again, they're proofed down a little bit to 100 proof, they come at $44 to $50 or half the price. That's really great value. And the taste of it is fantastic as well. So if you wanted to try a great 4 Roses without breaking the bank, this will be a great value to get one. And number 4 on the list, this one finished number 13 in my top 20 whiskeys of 2025. And if it was slightly more available, because it's slightly hard to find, the allocation score was a little low, this would have been absolutely number 1 value bang for your buck whiskey of 2025, bar none. Because taste-wise, this is probably the best one on the list. What is it? It's gonna be the Elijah Craig Barrel Proof Batch B525. This one comes in at 126.2 proof, 11 years, 6 months, and it's around $65 to $75 in my area. Now, it's a little bit hard to find, but it's not too hard to find, right? I believe in my area, just at the end of 2025, it did release in some of the big box stores like Total Wine and Bevmo, and it was always available in some small liquor stores. But it is not easy to find. And so that allocation score did come down, even though the experience score, the taste score was kind of high, to make it number 4 on the list. This one, man, I got some sweet, dark, jammy berries, which was balanced out by some dark chocolate bitterness and sweetness on the finish to make me want to go back for it again and again and again. and it's just so delicious. I actually got this much done, and I actually bought another one because I didn't think I could find it in the near future. So this is a fantastic bottle. I'm actually kind of saving it a little bit for future reviews, but I don't know how much I could resist now that I have a backup. So if you could find one for about $65 to $75, this is a great value. And before I get to number 3 on the list, I did want to say thank you to all the people who clicked on this video and are watching me talk about whiskey. Because let's be honest, I'm just a regular guy who loves bourbon, and you guys watching me, it's still kind of humbling, and you know, I'm very, very thankful. And of course, to my Patreon YouTube members that support me and make these videos possible, thank you. And number 3 on the list for me is the definition of bourbon. It does all the basics of bourbon perfectly. Doesn't mean it's a perfect bourbon, but if somebody just asked me, what is a bourbon? What should a bourbon taste like? This is what I'll give them. And it comes at a great price, and it's available everywhere, which makes it a great value. It's gonna be Wild Turkey 101 8-year. Obviously it comes at a 101 proof, and this I can get for about $36 to $45 in my area. And of course, it's available almost anywhere I go. Grocery stores, big box stores, small mom and pops. And so Allocation was really, really high score because it was really easy to find. And the price helped it out as well. But the taste, the experience of this is just bourbon, right? You get the caramel, the vanilla, the cinnamon, the orange, and a little bit of that oak funk to say that it's bourbon, to let you know that you're drinking an American Kentucky straight bourbon. And again, is it the best bourbon? Is it the perfect bourbon? Of course not. But is it bourbon? If somebody from out of the country or somebody that never drank bourbon said, hey, what gives me all the essence of a bourbon at a good price? This is what I would point to. And number 2 on the list, well, this one, when I first reviewed it, wasn't as impressive as I thought it would be. But maybe once I set my expectation a little bit lower, or didn't have any expectations for it, and went back to it again over and over again, I realized it's becoming sweeter, smoother, oakier, toastier, and just more delicious. And what put it over the top and made it number 2 was the fact that by the end of 2025, it's not a shelfer, it's not everywhere, but I'll be honest with you, I know 10 to 15 stores within about a 5-mile radius that I could find this bottle. So the Allocation score went up, and of course that put it over the top to number 2. It's going to be the Jack Daniel's Heritage Toasted Barrel, and this comes in around $60 to $70 in area, and again, readily available, and comes in at 100 proof, and it's not age date stated technically, but it does have the, you know, the barrel date and the dump date, which makes it about an 8-year-old whiskey. And one of the reasons I like my Buy More or Never More videos or my top 5 list is because sometimes during the initial review or during just any one-time event, the whiskey can be fantastic or not as good. And in my initial review, it was good, but I didn't think it was great. But then I drank it and I drank it and I drank it. And as you can tell, I drank it a lot in the last 2 months. And by the time I was like, maybe it is a great whiskey. Now, it is a little pricey, coming in at about $60, $70. People will point to a low proof of being 100 and be like, that's not barrel proof. Well, it technically is full proof because the barrel entry proof is at 100. So you're getting almost barrel proof or barrel strength whiskey at a really good price that's 80 years old and that's toasted. And so, do I love it? I absolutely do. Will I buy another one once I finish this for 60 bucks? I absolutely will. So great value in this Jack Daniel's Heritage Toasted Barrel. And the number 1 value whiskey of 2025. This one blew my mind. This one was absolutely amazing. And it's only $35 to about $40 in my area. It had the full spectrum of fruit. You got the mangoes, the peaches, the apples, the oranges. And then in the mid-palate finish, you get that dark, sweet, bitter oak to just make it all balanced and complex. And I was like, how does this work? How is this only 6 years old coming in at 34 bucks and absolutely this delicious? Well, they made it possible, and that's why it's my number 1 value whiskey of the year. It's going to be Sazerac, foolproof, coming at $125, as I mentioned, coming in about $34 to $40 in my area. And it's readily available. It's not super available. I don't think I can go to my grocery store and get it, but I know about 5 to 10 stores around me that I could just go and get it right now. And I'll post some stores with availability to let you know that I'm not lying. Well, I did the video of this versus the Thomas H. Handy, and I didn't think I would like this. I don't like the regular Sazerac Rye or even the 100 proof rye. It's a little too minty, it's a little too floral, it's a little too just spice, it doesn't have the sweetness, and I just never got to it. People said it's great, but I just never enjoyed it. So when they say it's gonna be an amped up Sazerac Rye, I was like, how good could it be? I'm just gonna trash it. I'm gonna tell you that Thomas H. Handy is worth every cent. It's so much better. And yet, yes, the Thomas H. Handy was better, but this was like in its neighborhood. You know, it's not like it was this, it was kind of like this. And so I was really surprised at how close that battle was, considering even at retail price. The Thomas H. Handy is what, 150, 180? Again, this comes in, let's say $40. That's a 4, 5, 6 times the price difference. And don't even talk about secondary, then it's 9, 10 times the difference, right? And so considering the price, considering the availability, considering that it's 125 proof, and how delicious it is with the fruits and the oak and the bitterness. It's just the best value whiskey that came out in 2025 that I was able to buy. Let me know in the comments, what's the best value whiskeys of 2025 for you? And what's the worst value whiskey of 2025? Thank you so much. I'll see you guys next time.